Raising chicken is a rewarding business that you can start and make money. But before you start to raise chicken, you need to construct a chicken structure. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can construct a cheap and simple chicken structure where you can raise a small number of chicken and make money from them. So let's go. The simplest chicken structure that you can start with might look like this. This chicken structure can raise 400 chicken. The dimension is 20 feet wide, 27 feet on the length. This is the upper floor, and I'll be showing you the lower floor and how it is done. Look at the ventilations. The chicken structure has to be well ventilated so that the chicken can receive the fresh air, the sun from the windows. Also, we use the strong wires in the windows so that we prevent birds or wild animals that can eat our chicken. Do not forget to construct a wall that starts from the floor so that you prevent the animals that dig the holes and enter direct in the chicken houses. Those animals eat the chicken and kill them. You might find that some of the chicken are killed just because of that slight mistake. Guys, look at how easy the upper floor is done. We use the wood cuttings, poles, even the old sacks, and lastly a concrete that is used on top of these old bags. These old bags helps to cover the space in between that is left in between the wood cutting, so that when they are powering the concrete, it doesn't pass through those remaining holes down to the lower floor. So that is why we cover the sacks on top, then the concrete that is the last. All of these chicken houses are done like that: wood cuttings, poles, the sacks, plus a concrete. We plaster the walls, the quarter of these walls, so that we prevent the chicken from eating the walls. Look at the level of the chicken house. It is leveled up because once it slides, you find that when you power the beddings, they will slide and sit in one space, and you find that another space in the chicken house is empty and the droppings are wet. So to avoid that, you have to make the concrete well flat. These poles that you're seeing, they're holding the roof, and there are also poles that are holding the upper floor on the lower floor. So the poles on the upper floor, they are holding the roof. The poles on the lower floor, they are holding the upper floor. This is how simple the chicken structure is. To avoid snakes, wild animals eating, or to eat our chicken, make sure that you build a strong ground with bricks. Don't start with poles only if you're to construct a chicken structure of just poles with some iron sheets, but start with a little bit of bricks, a layer of bricks, then you can continue with other poles. These bigger poles help to hold the upper floor because the chicken that are going to be raised on the upper floor, they are going to create the tension on the lower floor, all the whole of the chicken building. So if you don't use the strong poles to hold the upper floor, you find that the chicken house can be destroyed within months, unless when you're going to construct a simple lower floor of the chicken structure and you're not going to construct it 2 floors like I do. But to save on space, 2 floors are very good. They save on space, labor, and even some raw materials. So you can do that, unless when you have a bigger area where you can construct and the raw materials you're going to use are cheaper for you, then it is okay to construct on 1 floor of a chicken house. Do not forget to plaster at least a quarter of the wall, so that these chicken, they have a tendency of eating the bricks, even the cement. So if you use little cement in the you plaster, they'll find that this chicken can start to eat the plaster within 2 months when they are 2 months old, and they can move out of the chicken house. They are going to create holes in the chicken structure. This is a feed store, but look at the poles that are holding the upper floor. On the upper floor we have some chicken, and there are 600 chicken on the upper floor of this chicken structure. So these bigger poles help the chicken structure to stand for years, other than using the small poles that within a year or 2 years they will become weaker and you need to repair. So to avoid cracks in the building, you have to hold the building from the beginning. Use some good cement. These are one of the chicken structures that we have. You can see the foundation. There are also some chicken structures that have some bricks that while constructed, they were big in size, wide, and in between we had to construct some bricks that can hold the upper floor, because the poles cannot do it 100% if the chicken structure is very wide. You can see that there are some poles that are holding up, as well as the bricks in the middle, both on the lower floor, even the upper floor. Actually, there are 2 chicken structures because of the wideness, and that they are very long and very wide. Yet the land here is a little bit slanting. So if you don't create a strong floor, you find that within months the upper floor will be moving. It will be creating space in between the building. You see what I told you before, that this chicken can eat the bricks. They stand on the bricks down and eat the walls, both the cement plus the bricks too. So you have to make sure that you plaster that part. Guys, these are wood cuttings that we use to separate the lower floor from the upper floor. Also, they are used to make the ladders that we use to climb while entering the upper floors. And they are very cheap compared to the other materials that you can buy. So if you can access wood cuttings, they are very, very cheap. This small structure took 10 bags of cement to finish up the floor, not in construction, but just to make a finishing on the upper floor. And its lower floor it has no concrete. So guys, I'll be waiting for some questions if you have some. So thank you so much guys. I'll answer each and everything that you need. I love you guys. Let's meet.